Chapter 1, Section 2 deals with themes of biology, and our book divides up biology into three major themes. The first one being diversity and unity of life, the second, interdependence of organisms, and the third, evolution of life. The first one, diversity and unity of life, basically just tells us that although we have many different types of different organisms that live on Earth, they are very diverse, they have lots of different characteristics, there's still something that they all have in common. And that main thing that they have in common is called the genetic code. The genetic code shows us that we can build a diagram called the tree of life, which is similar to a family tree. It's going to kind of show how organisms have branched off from each other and started as similar structures but have since become more different and had more unique characteristics. Later in the semester, we will discuss in detail the three domains of all living things and the 6 kingdoms. So all organisms will be able to fit into these 6 kingdoms and 3 domains. The second major theme of biology is called the interdependence of organisms. With interdependence of organisms, we'll focus on ecology, which is a branch of biology that focuses on the study of the relationship between organisms and their environment. Ecosystems are going to be a big part that we will look at in ecology. Ecosystem is all the biotic, which means living factors, and abiotic or non-living components of an environment. So not only just the organisms that live in a certain location, but also things like the amount of sunlight that they get, the amount of oxygen present, the amount of CO2 present. So those would be the abiotic factors that also go into making up an ecosystem. Interdependence is really key in biology because it just goes to show that everything is connected. For instance, if we were to cut down a rainforest, okay, what would happen? Well, lots of things could happen. One, animals that live there would either have to find new homes or they might die out. We would lose some of the oxygen that the trees produce. There might also be an increase in carbon dioxide levels because humans breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants, such as the trees, help to take in that carbon dioxide and convert it back to oxygen. So if there's fewer trees, then there could be more carbon dioxide that is staying in our atmosphere, which can help to contribute to the greenhouse effect. So interdependence is just basically the connection between all of these organisms. We're not all by ourselves out here. There's lots of connections between many types of organisms. The last theme is the evolution of life. And some things that we'll look at with that theme are adaptations and natural selection. Adaptations are going to be traits or characteristics that help to improve an organism's ability to survive and reproduce. Natural selection is how evolution occurs. Natural selection refers to organisms with more favorable traits reproducing at higher rates than those without such traits. So this is where that idea of the survival of the fittest comes into play. That organisms that are best suited for their environment are the ones that are going to survive, and because they're the ones surviving, they will be the ones that will reproduce and pass on those good characteristics for the environment.